Alright, so we on YouTube live right now. We got a special guest in the building. He's a music producer. He goes by iBEENART. We got him on the line right now. What's going on, bro?
That's so funny that people say that. It's just like
you're gonna dig
I,
this.
it's now branded on me. Like
Oh,
I gotta wear that shit now.
oh, what the name?
Yeah, man.
Alright,
Yeah.
so,
I usually like when people just call me like Isaac or something.
oh, Isaac. Okay. So we got Isaac on the line. So what's going on, bro? How's your 2019 going so far?
It's decent. There's some. I mean, it's the beginning of the year, and I would just say a lot of things that haven't happened before have happened, good and bad. So I can't really complain because even if it's bad, you gotta go through it to grow through it.
Exactly. Right. So Isaac, yeah, just let the people know, where you from, how long you've been, making beats, and what really got you into music.
Um. Ooh. Damn. I started when I was in high school, like 2015. No,
2015.
my bad, not 2015. No, not 2015. No. 20. 808s and Heartbreaks came out in 2009,
Yeah, I believe
and
so.
I was thinking about that, but I was like, what would be the R&B sound of that shit, and I was like really thinking about it because I have a thing. I guess it's a gift or whatever. I'm not too sure, but it's just what I believe because it just happens to happen. But I usually think of things, and like somehow, some way, that shit happens either somewhere else or like I predict it. Like for instance, 808s and Heartbreak came out, and I was like, oh shit, like I love this shit because I didn't really listen to rap. Like my mom didn't play rap. She played like Depeche Mode and all that kind of shit. So I was like always interested in music. I was just like I can't relate to it because like you know what I mean. Like I'm Black and Mexican, so I'm coming out from like a different household and I'm moving like every 6 months. So
Okay, so you say you from
yeah,
Chicago, right?
yeah.
Oh, so you
So
from
like
from where
no,
Kanye's from Chi-Town. Okay,
yeah. Oh man,
okay.
there's a story about Kanye. One day I'll break, but yeah. But to get into that, to get into the whole like how it started and shit. That's because my mom like didn't really play. She didn't play rap music and other shit like that. She played Depeche Mode and '80s music and real melodic shit and even R&B. So it wasn't until I heard 808s and Heartbreak. I mean, I obviously heard rap and Graduation, like all that other shit. Just rap music. And even growing up in these neighborhoods, it's just like where like gangbang was like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was throwing on like T.I., Bone Thugs, like just a ton of shit. Like I would listen to it, but I couldn't relate to it. It
Yeah.
wasn't until I heard 808s and Heartbreaks and I heard melodic shit that I was just like, oh shit,
So that's what you'll say. Like
you can blend.
that project was the one that really put you on to say you wanted to make music
Yeah,
after hearing that.
yeah. Because originally I wanted to rap, and then I heard 808s and Heartbreaks, and I was like, I really like the melodic shit about it. And then I was like, it'd be dope if this shit was if this was an R&B kind of, you know what I mean? Because like
Yeah,
I said, I
got
listen
you.
to R&B, so it's like, it would be cool if this was an R&B kind of little situation.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, ironically, months later, I heard So Far Gone, and I was like, that's crazy, because I said, what if they take this whole shit and they turn it into like they strip it down to pads and just like real like like guy version music and shit like that. Not saying that it wasn't, but blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Like take like it doesn't have to be that polished. It could be minimal. And then I fucking So Far Gone came out and I was like, yo, I predicted this shit. In my mind, I'm like, yo, I predicted this shit because like I heard it in my head. I just didn't know how to do it because I don't even know what producing is. And fucking I found Boy Wonder, I found 40, I found all of the old videos of Kanye and Pharrell making beats on YouTube and shit. So I was just like, yo, I want to do that,
So after that,
and I got
Isaac.
FL Studio by mistake.
Oh, so you okay? So that's what I was gonna ask you. So you got like FL Studio by mistake, and you just started playing with it.
Yeah, see the thing was, all right. See the thing was like, my dad hasn't really been prevalent in my life like that. But he was like, this was like one of the first and only gifts he's ever got me. He's only got me two gifts. It was like FL Studio and a laptop, and like,
Oh, that's a blessing though. A laptop, FL
oh my
Studio.
bad, hold on.
That's dope.
Yeah, but like, I was originally playing on MTV Music Generator, and then I was like, I saw a video. There's a song called it's a song by Drake and what's the guy's what the Mickey Fax and
Okay.
hold on. Fuck, what is it called? Hold on, I gotta look that shit up. That shit was hard,
Yeah,
but
got you.
it,
Take your time.
explains it.
So you
Overdose on Life. And
overdose
Travis
on life.
McCoy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like I was like, I fuck with beat. I want to know. My bad, that was my gin timer. I was like, yo, who made this? So I did Google searches, looked around. I saw an article that said produced by Omen. I looked it up on YouTube, and I saw it was a YouTube video where he was previewing a beat. I saw it, and I'm like, yo, I fuck with that. The screen was green. It was Logic Pro, but I was like, I want that. So my dad was like a guitarist, and he was like, yo, what do you want? My grandma had to force this nigga to buy me shit. He's like, what do you want? I was like, yo, give me this. It's like a thing. And then he just asked, and guy kind of just randomly gave him FL Studio. He's like, is that cool? And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Crazy.
I was thinking it's the same program, and I was just like, yo, this is different, because I didn't see anybody make music on a computer. I thought I needed to buy an MPC or fucking all of that shit.
Yeah. That's what I had at the time too. When I started off, because I saw Kanye on the MP. I saw Swiss Beats. Everybody was on MPs around that time, and I thought that was a thing. And FL Studio producers, they was just looked at as like, not real producers like that. Used to get clowned on a lot, but you got people like Boy Wonder. He was making heat in FL, so.
Yeah, well, I didn't grow up watching YouTube tutorials. I really was just experimenting with it, and like I really I had a lot of self-doubt because I don't come from a musical family, and at the time I was living in like middle of nowhere because like my mom and my stepdad had gotten a job at like this fucking company that was far away from Chicago. Which I used to be so fucking mad because I was just like, yo, like this is when, 808 and Heartbreaks is out, Graduation is out, like what the fuck? I'm supposed to be in the city. I'm seeing like old pictures from people in school and shit, really like going out, nightlife, all of this shit, and I'm just like stuck at home because I'm just like, yo, like this is so whack, and nobody around me that lives by me understands any of any shit because I was really around like a lot of. I hate to say it, but a lot of, well, I don't really hate to say it, but like a lot of rich, entitled white people. And I was like poor. I was poor. So going to high school and like having to walk to school and then everybody, seeing motherfuckers that own, like being in class and shit with people that own, their families owned, bought them BMWs and Mercedes Benzes and shit, and they own farms and they got Walmart as a fucking, the local Walmart as their, agriculture partner or whatever.
Yeah.
But they basically like grow corn and all that other shit. But I was just stuck, and I was like, you know what? I got a laptop. Fuck it. I'm like, I'm gonna just fucking fuck around and make beats. But the limiting beliefs of just like, yo, I fuck with this. I love it, but I don't know how to do it. And I went back to Chicago, and it was history.
So how long did it take you to fully get FL Studio down pat, learn how to fully use it till you was like making dope stuff?
The first beat, well, I made a beat, and then I remember like I played it for somebody, and I remember their reaction, It's so funny because that person buys beats from me now too. But I remember their reaction. They were just like, oh, "Okay, that's cool," and I was like, man," but I didn't care. It wasn't until like my girlfriend was like, "Oh, she always wanted to hear." I would tell her, she's a dancer, so I would tell her like, I produce and shit like that. And she's always like so curious, like, "I want to hear something. I want to hear something." And I'd be like, "No," like like when you talk with somebody like an artist or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I sound a little bit like this and that and the other with a bit of this." Like I sound like Drake, but a little bit of Jay-Z, but a little bit of Kendrick, and then you hear that shit and it's fucking garbage.
All the time.
I remember
I
played this shit for my girl. My girl was like, "That ain't." Like, I remember her face. It was just like, "Nah, that ain't it." So I was just like, you know what? I gotta put in time. She told me, she was like, "Nah, you gotta. Shit, if you really want that, you gotta learn the ins and outs." And I was like, "You right."
Absolutely, you got to put it in time. Everybody starts off, making whack beats, but if you stick with it, put in them hours, them days, the time, figure it out, you're gonna get nicer.
Yeah, it wasn't until like I was making beats in like my first solid beat was 2013, which was so funny because type beats weren't really a thing. And I would use Windows Movie Maker to make a video for this Wiz Khalifa Currency type beat. I still got it. This was before everybody was on YouTube and all this other shit. And then not everybody, but you know what I mean. Like, it wasn't like everybody was posting their shit on it. It was really just like motherfuckers were still fucking with sound files or SoundClick.
SoundClick, okay.
And then,
okay.
Yeah, and then like I was like, all right, you know what? My beats, I'm confident enough to put my shit on there, but I'm gonna use this name just so it won't link back to me.
Okay.
That's where the actual like iBEENART shit came from.
That's where it comes from. So it doesn't come from like you doing graphics or anything like that. It's just something you came up with.
I used to do graffiti, and the iBEEN it was really IBN. Because I really fuck with Ivan Jasper. I don't know if you know who that is.
No, I don't think I know who that is.
Ivan Jasper is. I don't know him, but I fuck with the concept of like just that guy that was always there and was the most important part, but wasn't like the limelight. You know what I mean? Like, like if you look at Kanye West, people think like Kanye West is like the whole like genius of everything, and he's like the head of all that shit, when really like the foundation is the most important part. And that's why you got Don C and all, but Don C can walk like Don C is worth millions. Virgil Abloh is worth multi-millions, but guess what? They can walk down the street and nobody knows them. So I really fucked with that. So I just it was kind of like a spur in the moment, because I was creating a Twitter, or I was I was like making a new Twitter handle or whatever, because I couldn't have my real name. Somebody took my real name and shit. So I was creating a new Twitter handle, and I was like, all right. I first thing saw that guy. I was like, oh, because I was watching an interview of him. Bet. And then the art thing came out because my last name, I'm half black and half Mexican. So my last name is Duarte. And Duarte has A-R-T in it. So I was like, fuck it. All right, word. Boom.
Oh, so that's how you got the name. So Isaac, was you working with like any Chicago artists? After you got nicer with the beats, or you wasn't working with nobody?
No, them niggas, no. It's exactly why I hate to say it, but sometimes I look at it and I'm like, good, you're still drowning. Fuck you. like, not because this, but you have to understand this. I was in the city in college around the time, like the whole drill scene was really popping off. Like, I used to party promote and shit,
Okay.
Or at least like, really be that person that was getting people to parties and shit like that, politicking and going to like hood ass spots. Like, I was in that. I was in that shit, I wasn't like known like that, but I was in that bitch, right? And I remember I was like trying to get like, artists to like fuck with my beats, and they weren't even trying to hear it. I remember, I'm not even gonna say his name, but it was a producer. I was like, yo, I was wondering if I could send you some beats and shit like that. You know, he was pretty big at the time. He's pretty big and shit, right? And people know him. People know him still to this day. I was like, yo, can I, like, you know, play you some beats? He's like, yeah, here's my email. Never got back to me. I word bet.
Yeah. Wow.
I only asked once. Because I know how it is. You know, I mean, obviously people are busy, but if you're not booming like on a Metro Boomin or like Quavo or any shit like that, you could check some fucking emails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So artists out here will be like, nah. I remember I used to work at this place called Forever Yogurt, and there was like a festival, and the artist came in, and my coworker was like, you know, like, oh, it's this and that and the other. This is the price. And he was like, oh man, you know? And I was like, oh, I got this. I took the register. It's like, no, I got you right over here. I gave that shit to him for free. I was like, yo, I'll give you this shit for free. Just, you know, give me an email. Let me send you some beats. All right, bet. And I got this thing where it tells me if they open it or not.
Yeah.
Never open it.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
All right, bet.
So basically, you never work with no artists, but you do sell beats online, right? You got a BeatStars account, right?
I've worked with artists, but I don't account that shit to like any like, oh yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because it's all dust in the wind. The only person at the time that I knew was really, really doing it, but he was I don't like to say he was hard to find, but he started blowing up was Chance. Like, I remember Chance going to, like, you know, hearing stories about this guy going to McDonald's with a fucking CD and really talking to people and giving it out for free. His first project, 10 days. And I was just like, yo, like, I don't know how I need to get to this guy, but I definitely need to. You know, I definitely need to get around these other people. There's so many creative people in Chicago. It's like,
oh, definitely.
A lot of people do music, but a lot of people aren't serious about it. And I can tell that guy was serious about it.
That's for sure. So, all right. So, but basically, so you got a BeatStars account. You have beats on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see you have beats on there. I see you also do like artwork, mixing and mastering. So you do like engineering a little bit, or?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to.
That's dope.
You got to.
It's dope. So when BeatStars, what made you jump on BeatStars? You just wanted to sell.
It was just a platform. Honestly, it was just a platform. It was just like, all right, like, no, SoundClick's not gonna work. My Flash store is just, that shit isn't helping creators or anything. And at the time, like, I really was like, all right, word, like, keep hearing about BeatStars. Fuck it, you know. I'm a, you know, there's a free code. Fuck it, I'll just join. And then, you know, my whole thing that used to get me pissed off was people would come to my WordPress site and they were like, oh man, I can't really buy anything because it won't load up or it won't show up on my phone. And then when they were like, oh, we got this thing where it translates perfectly on your phone, I was like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm a join there. And then, you know, the rest is just like history.
Got you. So
I'm trying to leave though.
Yeah, I also see you got like, you know, different drum kits on here. How did that come about? You just, you know, decided to just put out some drum kits and sell them?
A lot of people ask, and you know, I understand we you know, I mean, just keep it 100. Like, everybody downloads fucking kits for free at some point in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
to this
a lot
day.
of the kits that we either, yeah, and like me personally, like, I don't do that anymore because I know how to shape sound. So all that other shit is just like, all right. Like, sometimes I'll buy a kit. Like, every now and then I'll buy a kit, and sometimes I'll be disappointed because it's like, I just bought the same fucking sound that I already had.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
A lot of drum kits are recycled, man. The same sounds.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
Look, and it used to like piss me off because it's just like, yo, there's some people that own like websites and shit that are literally like, yo, recycle it, just put this and that, put a reverb on the snare, and
It's
you're
crazy.
good.
Crazy.
And it's just like, yo, that shit is whack as fuck. Nah, be like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not fucking with that. I mean, obviously, like, I mean, that's like a in between kind of thing. But you just have to have your own kind of flavor, you know. Like when I look at like Cardiac's kits, his shit has its own thing,
own flavors, own
when
drums.
I look at,
Yeah.
I just bought this Boy Wonder kit, and I was like, you know, some of the sounds I obviously, you know, I'm not gonna use, but I know there's a different texture to it, and I definitely fuck with it. And plus, this person, the first two kits, changed my whole life.
You talking about?
Why not?
Yeah, you talking about the one he just released on Splice?
Yeah.
Shout out to Boy Wonder, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
heard about that.
That's a good guy.
Heard about that. So yeah.
Yeah. Plus, all that other shit is like, you know, it's really personal preference. Like with drum kits, they're not really buying the sound; they're buying what you can do with the sound. So it's like,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So Isaac, so let me go into I seen you been on YouTube for like what 4 years, I think I see. So what made you, like, you know, jump on that and, you know, upload beats, and also you doing tutorials, which them joints is crazy. Like I be watching your videos a lot. I'll be waiting for you to drop them, man. I set the notifications on, because your videos like help a lot, you know what I'm saying? They help producers.
Appreciate it.
You got some good tips in there. So what made you, like, you know, start doing like tutorials and, you know, jump on YouTube and, you know, drop jewels like that? Because, you know, a lot of producers don't give out the sauce, man. A lot of them just keep it moving, don't even say a word, you know? So for you to spread love like that, that's real shit right there.
Well, if there's one word I've learned to hate, it's called sauce, or, you know, the stash. Because ultimately, like, all of that shit is just a quick Google search away. You know what I mean? Like, all of this stuff, what I'm doing, I obviously, it's a Google search, but it's just how I do these things. And I know 95% are not going to do it. Like Gary Vee puts these videos out, and it's like, yo, why do you do that? Because 95% of you guys aren't going to do it. Because guess what? You're going to do it your own way, and that's cool. If you do it, you're going to do it your own way, and that's cool. But, you know, all I can do is put the information in content. And content is king. Content is king. Yeah. I used to put videos. I used to, you know, the whole YouTube beats. That shit helped a lot, because it does help me make sales and shit. But ultimately, like, there's a path that, you know, I don't go down. I don't go down the path of buying motherfucking fake views and fake likes and fake comments.
Yeah,
and
that's
fake
just corny right there. I mean,
well, the game. I mean, but you gotta understand, the game is the game. You know
the
what
game
I mean?
is the game. But if you're doing lame stuff like that, like buying views, buying I think that's just like too much.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like, who cares? Because, like, I understand for some people, they have like a whole like image to uphold, and, you know, they stroke their ego. Yeah, I'm really drop some fucking content, like, you know what I mean? But it's whatever, because that's the normalization of things. Like, I mean, Cash Money AP, everybody knows that man was doing fake views, but he blew up. So can you blame him? He don't have to, like, that was only early in the beginning. That was like before, like, that was like years ago, Now it's like, that man's like one of the biggest fucking producers right now.
Yeah, you gotta be one of the biggest, right? Yeah.
And he's a Dolo, and he's Dolo. That motherfucker's the only one.
He's dope.
He's
too,
actually
man.
making he's not leaking kits and hoping for placements. Like, he's actually doing the shit. As well as other people in other groups. But I personally think that with YouTube, sometimes it gets really strenuous, because it's just like you're putting out beats, and sometimes it's like people, you know, just download it, people just watch it. It's just like, all right, whatever. But with the whole like YouTube shit, with the whole YouTube shit, it's just all of that. Everything's always a changing market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tutorial wise, I was putting I was just putting tips. Originally, I was putting tips on just little shit, you know, because I thought it was cool on Twitter. And then Taz reached out to me because I've known Taz for like a long time. We go way back, way before Internet Money. Actually, asked me which logo to go with, and I told him the logo that he has now, the circle one.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
I actually thought you was down with Internet Money when I first clicked on your page, but I was like, nah, it seemed like he by himself. So I was like, okay.
Well, there's a whole reason to that. But personally, I don't want to. I just don't want to. I understand teamwork.
Yeah.
But I'm not boo-boo the fucking fool. Like, I know there's more to anything and everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell.
You just want to do your own thing. And
it's not, well, I mean, eventually I'm going to have to make choices, and I'm going to have to, like, bring people on. I'm going to have to, like, you know, help other people, or even ghost produce. Not saying that I haven't done that shit for other people, but, you know, even on a larger level. However, I just know that I know the value that I bring, you know, and I know my worth.
Right.
And I definitely know I'm not. I was signed before. I was signed to Jay Graham, producer and shit. This is before, like, I was signed in while Broccoli and all that other shit was happening, right? In like 2015. And good thing I'm out of that deal. And it's just like, man, you know, that shit really taught me a lot, because it's just like, you know, obviously nobody's entitled to things, but, you know, there's leadership is a different thing. And when you're a leader and you're trying to, you know,
right,
and you're under another leader, you're just like, all right, you know what, like, I gotta do my own thing, because it's obvious, like, I'm sending shit, but it's not translating. Maybe it's just not good. It's not translating. I'm sending shit, and it's just like, I'm not hearing nothing back. There's other people that are, like, doing, you know, this and that and the other, and it's like, that's cool, but I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, shit, my nigga, just be 100 with me. You know what I mean?
Word up.
So that's why I've always had, like,
just keep it 100. Word up.
About, yeah, and plus, like, you know, I don't know. I just know way too much about a lot of people, even people that, you know, per se say they don't even know me, when I know damn near they're social. So I don't think people want to fuck with me.
Yeah.
But that's not even on the negative shit. It's just like,
got you.
You just, yeah.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
My bad. I totally skipped that tutorial thing. He just reached out because, you know, just friends and shit. You know, he asked as a friend. It's like, all right, word. I was doing tutorials on their channel. Around their team mishap happened around that time, with that whole situation that everybody knows about. Kind of was like, all right, you know what? Like, I obviously can't send anything because whatever. And then I stopped doing them because people were asking, and I stopped doing that shit because it was just stressful. And then, you know, ultimately I just started doing it on Instagram stories. And then from there, I was just like, all right, I put it up on post, and that's content. Because I don't post photos of me. I don't like doing that shit. That shit is weird.
Okay, got you.
And then, you know, the feedback is just amazing.
Yeah, it's dope. So Isaac, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think you had stopped doing like YouTube videos for a while. I don't know if you hit like a creative block or something like that, but I remember watching one of your videos. You had said something you had to stop. I'm not sure, I forget why, but do you remember, and can you explain like what happened in that moment that made you, you know, take a break from, you know, making videos? Health. Got you.
I needed to focus more on my health. I didn't like how my actual health was. This is something people don't talk about. It's not a healthy thing. It's not a healthy thing to. they looking at a computer day in and day out and hoping for sales. They're talking with artists and then, you know, being like, all right, man, I gotta put all my weight on this shit. You know, it's not healthy. It's not healthy to motherfucking, you know, not have no life. You know,
Yeah,
like
to
this
at
is
least,
all you do.
yeah, take a break. I see what you're saying. So
Yeah, because you gotta remember what you do it for. You gotta remember, like, when you're turning down like things with your family and shit like that, like even seeing them or, you know, motherfuckers passing and you're just like, damn, I could have seen them, but I gotta be on the grind. I gotta be no sleep. This and that. It's like that shit isn't healthy.
you know what it's like. It's a hard balance. You know, once you figure out that balance and how to, you know, balance it out with life, you know, and you learn how to, you know, juggle both of them together, then. But I know exactly what you're saying. You just needed a break. You know, it probably was overwhelming you, like, you know, editing the videos, thumbnails. I mean, it's a lot of work, bro. People just think it's just uploading videos. It's a lot of work that goes into, you know, uploading good content too. You know, thinking of new videos to put out. It's just not easy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if I don't have an idea, I just don't do it. Like the videos that I do that shit like 10 minutes before, man. If I don't put anything out, I don't put anything out. Just like now, like I'm probably gonna take this next week off or whatever, because I just don't feel like putting out any videos. Why? It's not the fact that people or anything like that. It's just the fact of like, all right, cool. At first, I decided I'm gonna just post this, and then I was doing it every day, just like going. And now that like I got this attention, you know, this isn't what I set out to do. I didn't set out to do tutorials, nor did I set out to just like, you know, sell beats online and no shit like that.
Gotcha.
I set out to make great shit, have everything I touch turn to fucking gold.
Yeah.
And I got like other things to do.
Gotcha.
You know, and all of that, like everybody has to know, like all that shit is just like how do you say?
All the way.
Like life is supposed to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like you're supposed to be like living, not motherfucking just like, yeah, I'm just working and this and that and the other.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get into that like endless loop of self-help and all of this other shit, and just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like it gets draining, and then like you're not doing anything, and then if it doesn't seem fun, it's just like stop doing it.
Nah, definitely. You gotta have fun with it. Definitely gotta have fun with it, and, you know, take your time. I definitely see what you're saying, bro. Definitely see what you're saying. So Isaac, so you, I think you use what, FL11, if I'm not mistaken. So how come you haven't, you know, jumped on 20 yet? I know a lot of producers out there, you know, they stuck on 10 or 11. They don't want to make the switch. So I just wanted to, you know, ask one producer so, you know, other producers can hear, you know.
Because it's trash.
It's trash?
It's trash. Well, you know, to each his own. I know 11 like the back of my hand. You know what I mean? Like, Boy Wonder still uses 10.
He still uses 10? Damn.
Yeah, and shit. If you really want to be real, C6 fucking uses FL Studio 8. You know, and that one is just like, that shit is very limiting.
That's
Everybody
crazy.
just has their own process and what they like and how they like to do things. And I personally just like, I know it. Like it's a part of my life so much now that.
So it's like Boy Wonder said.
I can make a beat without even looking at that shit.
It's like Boy Wonder said. He said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I guess you're
Exactly.
that type of guy who just like, got you.
Yeah,
got you.
because I mean, listen. If they come out, okay. If you buy what, let's say a 2017 Mercedes Benz, right? and they come out with
Right.
the 2018, you're gonna be like, oh shit, and then they come out with 2019, you like, oh shit, I gotta upgrade because they came out with another one. It's just like, yo, as long as good music is being made, it doesn't even matter. You
It
could use
doesn't matter. It doesn't
fucking
matter.
Ableton or whatever,
But one thing I would
Bitwig
say,
if you want.
one thing I would say is this though, bro. I know it's not the DAW itself, it's the producer, but what I would say, because I've been using FL for a couple years, and like the new versions, they do have certain tweaks that's easier to do compared to like an 11 or, you know what I'm saying, like 10. But at the end of the day, it's all the same shit. It's just got a couple, you know, easier to do stuff, you know, like record from Edison with one button, just, you know, little certain shit. But hey, it's just like to each his own. Like you said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And saying, as long as you make it heat, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Isaac, so what's next? You still gonna be you know, uploading videos, uploading beats? You know, you still gonna be on the
I
grind?
don't know, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm just working. Like I'm saying it now, so it's documented. I can come back to this and be like, yo, I said it. I put that out there in the universe.
But you say you working on like 2 beats a day, right? That's what you said.
2 beats a day, yeah.
That's a real grind.
Listen, I'm trying to be in the Grammys next year, you know,
Okay.
be a part of the nominating team, be a part of like people that's nominated for great songs, trying to make great songs.
It's coming, bro. It's coming. You speaking everything into existence. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to work with the biggest artists. I'm trying to work with artists that in my eyes are big, but nobody knows about them because nobody is building into them. Like there's 2 artists right now that I'm not gonna name.
Okay.
Actually 3.
So they from the
But
Shot
2 of
Town?
them I
Can you
definitely
say
know.
that? Are they from the Shot Town?
No.
Oh, they
One's
not
from
from
New
South.
York, one's from Atlanta,
Okay.
and there's this other one. This guy. He doesn't put out music like that, but his music is fucking amazing. Like it's like it's crazy. It's pretty crazy. And the thing is, like, and he's what is he? He's from Florida too, but it's not like no rap shit. It's not like no like trap shit. It's like you know what I'm saying, like rap shit, like bar fam.
So
Not that I don't want to hear bars. I'm saying that shit. Like I want to build artists up because, you know, that's what we do it for.
Yeah. So you
Watch Quincy Jones. Yeah, nigga got legacy. I want legacy. I want freedom. I want generational wealth.
straight up.
Yeah, like I want to live forever. I saw this tweet Kendrick Lamar said a long time ago. It said, thousands of years from now, when we're all dead and gone, and the next life form comes and they bury up, you know, artifacts from us, they will find Good Kid, Mad City, and I will live forever.
Right. That's facts. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be a part of some shit like that.
Timeless artists, timeless producers out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you right, bro. You right. So you
Multi-platinum, all shit.
I see. Okay. So that's what's up. So you said you're gonna work with these new artists. That's dope. So that's what you're working on for 2019.
Man, I'm working on everything. Even right now, like I get sent a lot of shit for just for an artist in the city. I can't say who, but for an artist in the city, and I'm really trying to land this shit. But you know, it's they're like actual musicians, and they use gospel, like gospel singers and shit. So it's like I really got to find something that translates into that realm because you know they're a big artist. They did some, you know, some shit that nobody's done before. So I gotta like really just like, you know, give some like A1 shit, which I'm doing. I'm working day in and out.
Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, bro. You know, just definitely stay on the grind, keep pushing, bro. 2019,
Yeah,
like, you know, good things are gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta stay focused, stay on the grind, and So yeah, bro. One more question I wanted to ask you before we get out of here. I see on your IG, like, how important you think is branding on social media? How important is it to, you know, have your, you know, social media accounts professional and I'm,
I mean,
I'm looking at your IG now. Your pictures are very professional, bro. The videos, that last one you just posted with the Happy Dilla Days, fire. That's crazy. That's definitely like some professional work right there.
appreciate it. All that is just honestly, it's just your introduction. Like social media is the new business card.
So Isaac, do you think
Like
people should be posting like every day, or like what do you think?
I think you should focus on making good shit, and everything else will follow. Like you have to understand, this world has so many of the same things.
Same
Right.
So
many of the same things, and if everybody's making, the same fucking, I'm making the same kind of Juice World type beat. It's like, all right, but nobody's gonna outdo the kid that's fucking helped Juice World. Not like that. Nobody's gonna, because people create their own lane. So you gotta just like, man, this will come to. That's really,
right.
and everything else follows.
Got you.
And posting on social media every day it's not a job. It's just, you ultimately set the standard for your shit. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
it's not like you got to do it every day, because there's people that post every once in a while, and they get fucking likes and follows and all that, and that's cool. But all of this shit, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, it's just way for people to just see you and who you are. It's people tuning into your show.
Right.
Like, people, I don't know if you know this girl. Her name's Rico Nasty.
I think I heard of it.
She doesn't post every day, but she's a part of. She's basically another one of us. Another, just like, oh shit, this happened in culture, this and that. They're not limited into. She's not limited into people like that. Are not limited into the people like a Beyonce, where it's like, all right, I gotta, like, what's next? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like, it's being like, oh, like, I'm a regular person too. So all that other shit is just like, all right, that's cool, but if you're a cool person, like I'll answer any email, any DM, whatever. All that other shit is just like, man.
All that other bullshit is just like, take that shit somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, listen, man.
Yo,
cool. I gotta get out of here.
Yo, Isaac, it was a pleasure talking to you, bro.
Minutes, but I gotta.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for joining the show. It was a pleasure talking to you. So people can search you online at iBEENART, right?
Yeah, iBEENART, and I'm just trying to get so popping to the point where I could just change that shit to my real name, and then kind of like The Weeknd. You don't really call him The Weeknd unless you're, just a regular person that just knows, oh, this person is The Weeknd. Like, no, if somebody that actually knows and loves his music, be like, yo, Abel.
Right.
Shit like that.
Yeah. I feel the same way. My name's Supastylez, but my name's Chris. But that's another story. But I'm not gonna hold you too long, bro. Thanks for your time. Salute, and I'm definitely gonna be checking your pages out for new content, and we'll stay in contact, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks again, bro.
No problem. Take care.
There you go. So we was just on the line with Isaac, aka iBEENART, coming out of the Chi-Town. Make sure y'all follow him on all social media. Check out his BeatStars page. He got drum kits out there. His YouTube page. He got crazy tutorials on FL Studio. Make sure y'all check that out. Stay tuned. Gonna come back with some more interviews. We out.